Let's head on into the Daily Celeb Challenge with Dan Korbel. Play using Gavin's Master Series full. First hand, partner opens heart, and we have a 3-card limit raise in hearts. So I would expect us to be bidding 1 no trump. May have a hand with a 3-card limit raise. That is generally the way to utilize these types of hands. We're not European, so Jacoby 2 no trump promises 4, and I still ascribe to the belief that you don't want to be bidding up to the 3 level on an 8-card trump fit. But maybe that has to do with the style of opening bid that I prefer, where I prefer to open all 11 counts. I mean, I guess if your opening bids are like 12 high card points, and showing a decent hand of some sort, then it's probably okay with like a 10 count and 3-card trumps to bid up to the 3 level, even though it's still a little bit scary to do so. But we definitely want to be getting out in 1 no trump if partner has a really bad hand most of the time. It's a little bit scary given that we know the opponents have a spade fit over here to bid a no trump like this. Partner should be passing with a weak no trump, and we would very much prefer to be playing this hand in hearts, given that we have the singleton spade, but we bid 1 no, partner does pass. We do get the ace of spades lead, and it actually turns out that it's not so bad for us. I mean, for one thing, they led the ace of spades, which seems like a pretty good start. The ace of diamonds fits with our hand pretty well. The heart suit, I mean, we probably have 1 or 0 losers in the heart suit. And given that East doesn't get in to push a club through, if a club does come, we at least have the suit stopped with 2 club stoppers. So let's see how West chooses to defend after the ace of spades cashes. They switch to diamonds. Which is certainly a sensible switch looking at dummy. I mean, West, if they're looking at like queen third of clubs or something, it wouldn't be obvious to them to switch to clubs. Obviously, they're not playing hearts looking at this dummy, and continuing spades, especially if they started with the ace king of spades, doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm wondering if I should go up with the ace of diamonds here and then play a diamond to the 10. Because the 7 diamonds certainly looks high. I would expect a West with the jack of diamonds to switch to a low one. Like if I run this diamond around to the jack and king, let's say, and then what do I do next? If I switch to hearts, or if I play hearts now and take a heart finesse immediately, East might win, and then push a club through, and my entire diamond suit gets stranded. I guess that's not entirely true. I could duck the club, dump the jack, and then the club suit is unblocked. So like if West wins the queen of clubs, I dump the jack, and if they play back a club, I win, unblock the ace of diamonds under the 3rd club. Then I can run diamonds and hearts. But we don't have to lose a club trick some of the time, right? Maybe that's not true. Maybe we do have to lose a club trick most of the time. I mean, it's certainly not true that we don't have to lose a club and another spade if the hearts run and the diamonds run. Unless I block the club suit now. Tricky spot. I mean, I'm really tempted to go ace of diamonds, diamond to the 10. And then I think we have to lead the Jack of Hearts. We can't really afford to protect against Singleton King on side. Also pretty unlikely that West started with Singleton King of Hearts. Because then they would have 2 diamonds, 1 heart, and 5-5 in the black suits, and they didn't bid in this auction. Seems unlikely with Ace King 5th of spades. So yeah, I do think there's a decent chance the King of Hearts is offside as well, given that West started with Ace King 5th of spades, or Ace King something in spades, right? Could be Ace King 4th. But if West has short hearts, for example, they might have made a takeout double if they had any extra high cards in their hand beyond the Ace King of spades. East can't really have 5 spades. They probably would have overcalled, even if it's just 5 small. I mean, one thing we could do is we could run the diamond around to our hand and then lead a heart to the queen. The thing is, like, East should work out what's going on, but maybe East won't work out what's going on. Like, East should really duck when we lead a heart to the queen. I mean, East should duck if we lead a heart to the 10 as well. Point being, like, dummy has a 5-card heart suit, declarer's probably setting up hearts, so you may as well try and cut communication. Like, declarer isn't known to have started with 3 hearts in this scenario, and in fact, declarer probably doesn't when they bid a no trump unless they have a 3-card limit raise, and it's often difficult for the opponents to play declarer for a 3-card limit raise in these auctions. I think I'm going ace of diamonds, diamond to the 10. I mean, again, it's just a very unnatural card to play for West to lead the 7 of diamonds if they happen to have Jack 4th or Jack 3rd for that matter. Like, everyone who switches to a diamond here would just switch to a low one to let their partner know they have a diamond on her, that they want the suit returned. Like, the 7 really should be an attitude switch. So let's do that. Let's go ace of diamonds, diamond to the 10. And we don't need to run the diamonds immediately. We can then try the heart finesse and eventually run the diamonds when we take the ace of clubs later. Okay, perfect. It looks like it was 7 doubleton of diamonds. I mean, last moment to try and pick off a stiff King of Hearts with West. I still don't think so. Let's lead the Jack of Hearts. Aha! King of Hearts. I want to be as careful as possible on this, because just in case that was a Singleton King. It looks like King Doubleton to me. East played the 4, the 3 is missing. Now, let's go Queen of Hearts, test the heart suit, and if it does run, oh my. Hello. That is unexpected. Okay. Yeah, now it looks like we're probably losing 2 more tricks. We can knock out the big spade by playing the Queen of Spades, and West will then have enough information to cut communication and hearts. They'll return the 9 of hearts or something. We just have to win the 10, cash our spade. If the 10 drops, I guess we're in... Sorry, if the 9 drops, I guess we take an extra trick. But, no, West does return another spade, which is a little bit strange. We don't need to take the finesse. We have a show-up squeeze against West. Well, not a show-up squeeze. We have a squeeze against West if they happen to hold the 9 of spades. So we just go up with the Jack here. And at this point, we can cross in clubs and cash all of our diamonds. West throws the king of clubs. West is going to pitch their spade here. So we can throw the 8 of spades. And there's the 9 of spades from East. So we do lose the last trick, but we make 10 tricks in the contract. It's a tough hand. Partner has 14. And so there's a couple of ways to play these semi-forcing no trumps, or a couple of styles, I would say. Because this is obviously still probably the weakest part of the 2/1 system, is this sort of sequence, as well as like the 2 club opening bid. The way that I like to do it is probably what I would do here. Granted, I would play a 14 to 16 no trump and just open the north hand 1 no. But if the north hand is not in your no trump range for whatever reason, playing 15 to 17, then anytime you have a weak no trump, you just pass partners 1 no trump bid. And that does tend to be the way that I like to play it. Flannery would have solved this. I mean, would it? It would go like 2 diamonds, pass 2 no, pass maximum, and then we get to 4 hearts. Maybe. South open? No, north open to heart. You're right. The alternative, I think, to this is that you could play... I mean, 1 no forcing is just bad. So you don't want to do that. At least modern style-wise. Like, it's definitely better to play the semi-forcing, especially if you're opening lighter and lighter. The lighter you open, you have to have this no trump be non-forcing. Otherwise, you get way too high for no reason on basically every hand that you open, and your partner's more likely to bid a no trump when you're opening lighter. So the alternative... Sorry, getting there. My point is that you could play it as any hand that's going to accept a 3-card limit raise should bid something. In that case here, North would bid 2 clubs, and South would make the 3-card limit raise, and then North would accept, right? Because they have a 14 count. I don't know if North should be accepting a 3-card limit raise with this hand, but that's, I think, the alternative. So... in this case, you would then like pass a no trump if you're like 11 to 12, and you would accept the 3-card limit raise. So you just have to find a minor suit to bid if you're 13 to 14 in that types of sequence. There's always downsides or trade-offs to all of these bidding system constructions, but I think those are the 2 main ways to play it. I prefer this way. So if you think this hand is not good enough to open a no trump, which, like, again, I don't really understand why, right? You have 14 with a 5-card suit. Like, the reason Leah didn't open a no trump is because they have a 5-card major. Like, if this heart suit was, if you flip the hearts and clubs, Leah probably would have opened a no trump. So, like, why is it better to open a major than a no trump? You're just disguising your high card quantity. And that would solve this exact problem. It would go 1 no, 3 spades, or 3 hearts, depending on how you play it. And we would find the 5-3 heart fit that way pretty easily. Anyway, on to the next board. Maybe we'll see what Dan has to say about that one when we check out his video after. Pass on our right, we got 12. We'll open a diamond. 2 heart overcall. Negative double. Wait, it says takeout double, and it says 3 to 5 spade. I'm sorry. No. We need a better description of this bid. What do you mean takeout double? And what do you mean 3 spades? No, this is just a negative double showing 4 spades. This is not a complicated sequence. I should not have to explain this to Leah. But I'm going to bid 3 clubs. We don't have a heart stopper, we don't have a spade fit, and we happen to have longer clubs than are expected for this sequence. So we'll bid 3 clubs. Wait, what did this say? 5 to 7 diamonds, 4 to 6. I'm sorry, what? What does Leah think I'm supposed to do with this hand? I'm supposed to pass 2 hearts doubled? I think it's sensible to pass 2 hearts doubled in a spot like this if I had the 18 to 19 balanced hand type. But here, partner doesn't need to have a big hand. They could just have like an 8 count with 4 spades over there, and they're just trying to compete, you know, doubleton heart or even a singleton heart. What is this? Fit for diamonds, 3 or more diamonds, key card for diamonds. Okay, Pard. I'm like, what? So I guess I'm supposed to bid 5 diamonds? Okay, I feel like we're in a 4-3 fit, but there you go, 6 diamonds. All right, how'd we do? Hey, we have a fit at least. Okay, we got a lot of work to do. I mean, fortunately, the hearts are very likely to be 6-1. I've definitely seen Leah preempt on 5-card suits before, but more likely hearts are 6-1. There are chances. Yeah, but what exactly are the chances? I mean, if East is something like 4-1-3-5, we can make this. All right, King of Hearts up with the ace. What does partner have? Partner has 17. We need to decide if we're like taking a spade finesse at some point, if we're taking a backwards finesse in spades, if we're going to try and rough 2 spades in the south hand and play the hand as a bit of a cross rough. I feel like the first thing I should do is just play a club to the king. East will probably take the ace, and then East will have to decide what to do next. And we might get a little bit more information based on East's return. No, we still need a second spade trick, right? I can't, even if I'm able to pull a couple of trumps partially and pitch 2 hearts on clubs, East is over-roughing both of our hearts. Like, we could play West for 10-9 doubleton of diamonds, but that doesn't seem like an attractive plan, right? So if I had to guess where the Queen of Spades is, it's probably in East's hand. Which means I think what we want to do is take a backwards finesse in spades, lead the Jack of Spades. covered to the ace. That's still not enough, is it? Wait a second. I need like 4 spade tricks, don't I? Hold on. We have... No, it's fine as long as trumps split. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. If trumps split, I can pull 3 rounds of trumps, lead the jack of spades, covered to the ace, take a spade finesse, and then eventually use the clubs to pitch hearts from dummy, pitch a heart from hand on the long spade, and then cross rough, basically. Okay, so I guess that means I should pull trumps. King of diamonds, diamond to the ace, diamond to the queen, jack of spades. We unfortunately can't afford to knock out the club ace after we pull 3 rounds of trumps, because then we don't have the entries to take the backwards finesse and spades. Okay, let's do it. All right. Jack of spades, queen, ace, 3. We can afford to play clubs now, right? Because if east... If east doesn't take the ace of clubs... Well, east is down to just black cards, right? So we can just play a club to the king, a club back. You still have to take the ace of clubs, and will return a club for us. We'll get a better count on West's shape by doing so. West plays the 8 of clubs. Why did the king win? Wait, what? Does West have the club ace? No way. What? What? Wait. Okay, hold on a second. I mean, what? East has 5 clubs. I mean, that would be West's count signal if we believe that West started with a doubleton club. So generally in these types of situations, it's a good idea to just not let the opponents con you out of taking the line of play you were originally going to take, right? Like, East could have just taken the king of clubs with the ace and returned a club. East could have taken the ace of clubs on the second round of the suit and returned a club. It doesn't seem helpful to lead a heart to the jack. West will just win and stick us in dummy by playing heart. And then we have no way back to our hand to take a spade finesse, and we're just going to go down unless the 10 of spades roughs out. I think we just continue a third club. We pitch a heart as West is going to discard a heart. And East will be in. East will return another club, as expected. And so then we're in the position where we're going to have to guess what's going on in spades. But I think West will have started with 6-3-2-2, right? So spade to the king, spade ruff will always bring down the spade suit if West started with the 10. Yep, there it is. So we'll pitch a heart. East is in, returns a club. West has thrown 3 hearts, so they also have a doubleton heart left and a doubleton spade, meaning I guess we just play spade to the king, spade ruff. Not that it matters. I mean, we could run the 8 of spades as well. It would come out to the same outcome. But it sounds as if we're probably going to be going down 1, is what concerns me a little bit. I guess an alternative I didn't really consider was playing East for the 10 of spades. I could have utilized the 8 of spades by leading the 2 of spades towards my hand. East would have to split from queen 10. I go up with the ace, spade to the king, and then take a roughing finesse and spades on the way back. Huh. Maybe I should have done that. I didn't give it a lot of thought. That actually might be how we lose this hand, but anyway. Let's, 8 of spades, West is thinking. West thinking is a good sign. long tank, 4 of spades. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? I guess I'll take the finesse. What was West thinking about with 3 small spades? Who knows? Which of their exact same 3 small cards to play? We push the board. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Dan didn't play for that queen 10 of spades in East's hand. Maybe it is the right thing to do in retrospect. I'm not sure. We'll see what he did afterwards. My turn to bid. Well, not really this time. I think it is West's turn to bid. Ooh, partner opens a heart in 3rd seat. This is the kind of hand that I would normally bid Drury with. I know it's a pretty bad 9 count for 333, but it is an ace queen together and the king 3rd of hearts, and we're favorable. I just want to let partner off the hook a little bit if they're a 3rd seat opener, because if I bid Drury, a lot of the time partner's just going to sign off in 2 hearts, which is fine. And if partner suggests that they have extras for game, like over 2 clubs, why does it say 5-11? I mean, guys, that's not how Drury works. Drury is like 9-11 or something like that. We're kind of very minimum for this type of bid. But partner has this in-between step of 2 diamonds to say that they're still interested in game and they give us another opportunity. And over 2 diamonds, if we had like a side suit to bid or something, we could show that at the 3 level and kind of like re-invite. I mean, there's a little bit of dancing that you do in these Drury auctions. But with this hand, we would just sign off in 2 hearts and be like, great. Like, we've showed that we have our limit rate, or we've showed we have a maximum passed hand with a heart fit, which is what we have. But we're not really interested in game. Like, if all you need is like a 9 count with 3 hearts to make a game, great. Go ahead and bid it yourself. So I would like to do that. I think Leah opens a little bit less aggressively than I would tend to, especially in 3rd seat. I've seen Leah pass 10 counts favorable in 3rd seat with like a 5-card major, which is a huge no-no at match points or board of match scoring. You just always open a major with those hands. I mean, maybe unless your major is 10-5th, but you know, like ace 10 9-5th or something, you just open a spade in 3rd seat with that type of hand. 10 high card points. I'm going to give 2 clubs a try. This is what I would like to do in real life, playing a system where I would tend to be opening pretty aggressively. We'll see how it goes. That's not a bid from West. That's not a bid. You can't just pass and then come in with 3 clubs unfavorable. Just trying to get doubled. Okay, partner bids 3 diamonds. I mean, again, I have a pretty good club holding because partner is almost certainly marked with club shortness for this 3 diamond bid. Partner can't really bid 3 diamonds with like king doubleton of clubs over there. I mean, I don't think they should, right? Unless they have just a game force already and they're making a slam try, which is possible. But I don't have a diamond fit. So, and once again, I've already kind of overstated my hand a bit with the 2 club bid. I believe we'll probably see Korbel bid 2 hearts with our hand. So I've done a little bit of operating already. We're just going to sign up 5 to 10. I mean, this is so dumb. What 5 counts are bidding Drury? Yeah, okay. So partner did have a slam try, which makes sense. West is just joking with whatever their hand is, but it sounds like we're on a 30-point deck with partner having a stiff club. We will pass. Again, I don't really have the type of stuff that partner's looking for. I don't maybe, but if 3 diamonds is to be believed as the slam try, partner might be looking for diamond help, I think. Ace, queen of spades could be good opposite partner's king third or something. King of hearts is obviously a good card, but no roughing value. A doubleton diamond might lead me to reconsider this final pass. Partner does have all the stuff we're looking for, and yeah, kind of as expected, a doubleton diamond would have been maybe just enough for us to bid the slam here. It's not a bad slam. We need to pick up the heart suit. The queen of clubs gets led is very interesting. So what do I think West is doing? West has king, jack, 10, 6th of clubs. But what else? They don't have a hand of any kind. Oh, it's very tempting to cash the ace of hearts on the first round. Like, West can't have long hearts. I mean, if West had a hand where they might have preempted 3 clubs, except they had a long major, they wouldn't be bidding 3 clubs if they had long hearts in this sequence. They would just be like, oh, okay, like, my hand is worthless on offense because the opponents are bidding my second suit, so I'm just going to pass. Let them get up to 4 hearts, and then maybe they go down because there's a bad trump split. Like, 3 clubs should never be bid on long hearts in this sequence. West could have long spades. So West could be like 4-1-1-7, something like that. Would be a sensible type of distribution. West is going to overtake with the king. No, they play the 9 for whatever reason. Fine. So I'm tempted to cash the ace of hearts because I think it's very likely West is short. And if West happens to have a singleton heart, I don't want to play heart to the king and lose to a queen 10 fourth on my right. I mean, in terms of like trump losers, that is. We might not lose the board if we do that, but I think we have a decent chance of picking off the heart suit for 1 loser, possibly 0 losers. If everyone follows small on the ace of hearts, I think I'll lead the jack next. Again, West is much more likely to have nothing in hearts than the queen of hearts to make a bid like 3 clubs here unfavorable. We have to work out what we're doing in the diamond suit. I mean, there are options, right? We could, for example, cross in spades and lead a diamond to the 9 right now. And then our plan after they play back a black suit is to win and just cash the ace king of hearts. If hearts are 3-2, then we can rough the 4th round of diamonds in the south hand. There's a lot of actually interesting options, but I think hearts are pretty likely to be 4-1 with West having a singleton. Because otherwise the 3 club bid just doesn't make any sense. Hasn't stopped Leah before, making no sense, but I don't think you should be bidding 3 clubs on this hand unless you have... I mean, like, I don't think you should ever bid 3 clubs in this auction regardless, so maybe we should just assume our robot opponent has lost their mind before we make a decision in the play. Like, what would I do if it was just like a Drury bid, partner made a slam try, and I signed off, and West never took a call? I'm kind of drawn to this idea of spade to the queen, diamond to the 9. Even if we didn't have the 10 of diamonds, that would probably be the play, because we want to duck the first round of diamonds, not go like ace king into diamond, because then a 4th round of diamonds could like promote a trump trick or something for the opponents. You always want to like lose your tricks as early as possible in these situations when you're trying to rough something in a short trump hand. I think I'm just going to go with my first instinct. Ace of hearts, jack of hearts, I guess. Trying to pick off 10 doubleton with West, or at least like bring the suit home against 4-1 hearts. We still have to figure out what we're doing about the diamond suit at that point, but maybe we'll come up with a plan later in the play. I mean, percentage is to just go ace king of diamonds and a diamond. Try and pick off any honor doubleton, or if the suit is 3-3. Again, pretty unlikely that West has 4 diamonds to the queen jack just on the auction. I don't know. I mean, something fishy has gone on. Like, I guess, again, this 3 club bid is just non-existent. I like how it also says 7 to 11 high card points. Like what? West has to have king jack of clubs, queen of diamonds, queen of hearts, or else they don't have enough high card points to bid. I don't know about that one. Yeah, something's really just not adding up. I'm going to go with my first instinct. Trust your instincts. Okay. We're still not out of the woods. We need to decide what to do about the diamond suit once again. I mean, West could be 4-1-1-7. It's possible. In which case, we technically have a way to end play east. We could pull trumps. Using either the ace of diamonds or the king of spades as an entry to the north hand. Strip the spade suit and then run the 10 of diamonds into east's hand. East would be therefore 3-4-5-1 in shape. I'm really not buying it. You know, like, it's such a specific hand type. I guess it makes sense. You know, if that was my hand, let's say I was jack 4th, stiff queen, singleton, and king jack 10 7th. I wouldn't open 3 clubs in second seat unfavorable. I would pass. And then when they start a heart pass 2 clubs Drury, I mean, I would probably just double two clubs. Like, again, the opponents aren't game forcing. I don't really see the reason to allow them to just double me for 500 against their game when I have a bad club suit. But at least you have a little bit of offense. Like, I wouldn't be that upset with a partner who bid 3 clubs in that spot. So I guess that type of hand does make some sense. I mean, what if West is 3-1-2-7 with the same type of hand? Then the diamond end play doesn't work against East because East is going to have a spade to exit at the end of play. Right? Not if I rough a club. Wait. Okay, hear me out. Heart to the 8, king of hearts. Let's say diamond to the ace. Jack of hearts, pitch a club. We've pulled all the trumps. Spade to the queen, club ruff. So in this ending, we're down to 2 spades and 3 diamonds in hand. East is out of clubs. And if they pitch a spade, then we can play for the end play, right? We'll have to guess what's going on in the diamond suit. But if we guess that East started with queen, jack, 4th of diamonds, we could then cash 2 more spades because East has pitched their 4th spade. Alternatively, if East pitches a diamond instead of a spade, then our long diamond sets up. We don't have to guess anything. And roughing a club protects against 6-2 clubs, I guess would be the reason why we want to rough a club rather than cash a heart in that situation. Okay, I'm on board. We might get some sort of signal from West when we lead a diamond towards hand. Like, if West follows with a small diamond, and we later suspect that East turns up with 4 spades, then West might have started with honor doubleton in the diamond suit. Okay, let's try playing a couple of cards. I mean, maybe West does something insightful for us on the hearts. West throws a spade on the hearts, which is a pretty strange discard, because West probably doesn't know what their partner's diamond holding is. So if West actually held 3 spades here, it would be very dangerous to pitch a spade. Because then it might expose their partner to a spade diamond squeeze. So I think that means that West probably did start with 4-1-1-7. We'll find out soon enough, maybe. Let's lead a diamond towards our hand. West plays the 6. 5, 6, ace, 3. The 2 is missing. 5, 6, ace, 3. Anyway, let's pull the last trump. Yeah, no false card queen from queen 10 doubleton. This doesn't really look like the type of hand to do it on from West's perspective. All right, pull the last trump. West pitches another club now. Let's play a spade to the queen. Let's rough a club. Possibly extracting a doubleton club from East. Okay, clubs are 6-2. Which means what? West started with 6 clubs, 1 heart. West could have started with 4 spades and 2 diamonds. West could have started with 3 spades and 3 diamonds. West discarded the 6 of spades and then followed with the 4. We can always cash 1 more high spade before making a decision. No, that's not true, actually. Well, we can cash the ace of spades before making a decision. I mean, I guess it's better to not do so. Because if we need to strip all the spades, spade to the king, spade to the ace, then if we choose to lead the 10 of diamonds and West does cover with an honor, we can at least take the king. And we don't end up losing our 11th trick. I mean, 4, 1, 2, 6... So what's this hand that West has if they're 3, 1, 3, 6 that like 3 clubs has any merit? I don't think there is one. I'm really not buying it. Four, 1, 2, 6 seems a lot more likely to me. It's really going against the math. But, like, what? Oh, this is such a stupid problem. What impossible hand does my opponent hold? I mean, these are the types of problems you actually get in real life a lot, because sometimes your opponents bid like crazy maniacs or Australians. I mean, whichever term you prefer. Yeah, 4, 1, 2, 6 just seems so much more likely. Okay, I'm going to play for that. So that means we cash the king of spades, spade to the ace. We still have a guess in the diamond suit later, but our guess might be resolved if he turns up with a 4th spade, because then there's nothing we can do. We would just have to play a diamond to the king at that point. The agony. I hate these problems. Why can't my opponents just act like rational human beings so that I can use logic to deduce what's going on? Real humans sometimes don't act like rational human beings. I know, like, some are Australian. I get it. But these are just impossible problems to solve, in which case, like, they want you to do math at the table, and no one wants to do math when you're playing bridge. I certainly don't. Okay, I'm gonna back into playing for diamonds 3-3, so I'm gonna cross to the ace of spades and lead a diamond to the 9. I don't know if this is the right play, but we're gonna do it. What? Okay, so West had 4 diamonds to start. Oh no. Well, that's not good. That's pretty unfortunate, because it means that even if Dan took the line of play of crossing in spades to play a diamond to the 9 early, he's also going to make 11 tricks. West covers. Yeah, but West probably started with queen jack 4th then. Oh, so Dan might make 12 tricks on this one by playing a diamond to the 9 early. Man, this is going to be a really disappointing way to lose this board, I have to say. This is going to be a very frustrating way to lose this board. I mean, what is 3 clubs? Yeah, we lose the board. Did he play a diamond to the 9? I bet he did. We'll see what his rationale was for that. Simple ace king of diamonds didn't work. Yeah, but I don't think any good player is going to take that line of play. Anyway, it's an interesting hand. I mean, trying to work out what insane thing our left-hand opponent did is pretty tough. On to board 4. 2 clubs strong. What is double? Clubs? I will pass. Definitely not a terrible play. Wait, what's not a terrible play? Ace king of diamonds? Ace king of diamonds is really bad. Yeah, for sure. I will pass. What's redouble? Suggestion to play. Okay, I'm going to pass. Wait, up to 4 high card points? What am I supposed to do with more? 2 diamonds is 3 or more high card points, game 4. I mean, what? Like, what if partner has clubs? We just always pass this. I mean, bidding a suit should show suit. Like, I think 2 diamonds shouldn't be a waiting bid now. 2 diamonds should just be natural. What is this? What terrible system. I will pass. Partner has bid 2 hearts. Kokish? Is that a good system? I mean, I guess. Okay, so I will relay to 2 spades. Uncertain about whether balancing 2 hearts should be kokish here. Maybe it should be, I don't know. What? No, dude. This is twice. It's the same player. They just bid 3 clubs on every hand. Okay, partner has hearts and spades. I don't have much. I think we just sign off. Why does 4 hearts show 2 or more hearts? What? Like, what are these bid descriptions? Jack of clubs lead. So this time, as long as East has 3 or fewer diamonds, or the Jack of diamonds drops, we can end play East, and we don't have to guess the spades. Club to the ace. Club return. We will... I guess we'll rough low just in case trumps are 4-0, but I don't think they are. Pull some trumps. Oh, hearts split. So actually at this point, no, we can't quite claim. I was going to say we can ruff the diamonds and then run the queen of spades, but we don't have an entry back to the south hand. Either way, I think our plan is just ace king of diamonds, diamond to the queen. If that holds, and as long as east doesn't turn up with jack fourth, we can then either run the queen of spades or play a spade to the 10 or something like that. And east will be end played in the black suits. So we'll try that. East plays the 4, west plays the 7. These tend to be count signals. Am I really sticking in the 10 of diamonds here? I would not consider this against humans, but against robots, I think maybe I should. I don't want to have to take 2 spade finesses. Like, it's very possible that east has king jack of spades over there. Jack of clubs to the ace. So west started with the ace queen of clubs. East started with king jack of clubs. East clubs are really bad. I mean, I don't think I would ever consider doubling 2 clubs on the east hand with such bad clubs. Like, if you had 7 clubs and you wanted to bid, then you could just bid 3 clubs over 2 clubs. That would be a much more effective bid. So, like, king jack 10 6th, I would just pass 2 clubs. King jack 10 7th, I would probably just bid 3 clubs. Treat it as like a preempt. I would really only consider doubling 2 clubs if I had some sort of strong clubs. Like ace, king, queen, 5th. That would be the type of hand I would want to double 2 clubs. I don't know, is that wrong? Maybe that's wrong. Anyway, I think I'm just going to play the queen of diamonds. I don't want to get fooled by some sort of false card. And let's take 2 spade finesses. Aha! Okay. Very good. You guys get a spade trick. Like, what is the double of 2 clubs here? King, jack, 10, 5th. Last board, a spade and no trump. We have no reason to bid, at least not for now. Transfer to hearts. I'm just curious what they think 2 no-shows at this point. No agreement, not advised. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I will just pass. 4 hearts. Okay. Why did West wait? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Like, I think one of the reasons the robots pass doubles is that they have something built into their system that they believe sometimes it's going to play there. So West was like, I'm happy to play 2 clubs doubled, and that's why they passed. I think that just is a robot thing. I don't know why that's built in, but maybe it's not built in. Maybe that's just an adverse consequence of whatever algorithm the robots are running, that they simulate the hand and they're like, yeah, I can beat 2 clubs doubled. So if this ends the auction, I'm happy. They don't understand that, like, my pass isn't forcing, but like North is not going to pass it out unless they have club length, and given West club length, North will never pass it out. It's something that the robots can't really understand, I guess. I'm going to pass. We will lead my singleton, try and get a ruff. 9 of spades, jack, 2, 3. So partner probably has the king 10 of spades, or at least the king of spades. Diamond to the ace. 9 of hearts. Okay. Also, wasn't this a slam try from West? What did I miss? 6 to 16 high card points? 6 to 16? What is that range? Oh, what am I missing about this sequence? Don't we play Texas transfers? I would assume we play Texas transfers. Anyway. I think we want to take the ace. So what is partner's hand? Declare didn't cash the king of diamonds to pitch a spade. Which they might have done. I mean, sometimes partner has stiff king of hearts here. I think it's somewhat unlikely, but that's the only problem in going up with the ace of hearts. Otherwise, we want to, I guess, try and cross to partner in clubs, but no, partner has like the king of spades, the king of hearts. The king, queen of diamonds, maybe. I'm not sure. I think we go up with the ace of hearts and switch to a club. I mean, we would love to get a spade ruff if possible with our small trump. Okay. Suit preference card. Thank you. Declare is out of clubs. So I guess let's play back a diamond. We don't want partner like roughing with whatever they have. Okay, 4 hearts down 1. Oh, Declare had the 10 of spades, so this defense was necessary. And we do push the board as expected. So Dan got us, I guess, on the set. We'll take a look at what he says.
One thing I am going to try to do is be active and healthy next year, and I'm usually pretty good at that. I remember one time about 10 or 15 years ago, I was looking around
Story time with Dan.
All the other bridge players in the room, and I got to say, a lot of them looked a little slovenly, a little slobbish. I thought to myself, I guess that's what happens to you if you get older and you don't take care of yourself. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start taking care of myself.
Dan is like pretty good at disguising all of his like insults and trash talk in ways that might seem positive. I'm just going to say that. We'll keep going.
Anyway, over to bridge.
Anyway, moving on.
We are going to make a limit raise here. So start with 1 no trump, I guess. So partner no. Oh, I guess that's semi-forcing. That worked out well, I think, because at least partner has a spade stopper. But it looks like 4 hearts would be a pretty good contract. So one thing I would recommend, you see how partner has 14 points? It's a little risky to pass 1 no trump. I might just open 1 no trump and just get my hand off my chest. I know that's weird too, but at least that way we're not missing any games. Well, they're setting up my suits for me. I guess I can't complain.
He just doesn't even think about unblocking the diamonds.
I will play this by leaving a heart to the queen rather than running the jack. And the reason is I don't want to get cut off from my diamond suit if they switch to clubs. Not saying they're likely to be able to cut me off, but just in case.
Yeah, but now what's your plan,
It feels
Dan?
like the heart finesse is probably winning because people don't usually duck in that situation.
No, 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 no. Okay, okay. Yeah. So this was not very well played by Dan. We need to talk about this. I mean, he played the hand very quickly, and I understand that like he doesn't want to spend an hour playing a deal or something like that, or spend a long time kind of discussing the merits of different lines of play. But every human defender here would 100% duck the King of Hearts if they had it in East Seat. So this idea of people wouldn't just do that. I mean, it depends what skill level you're looking at, right? If you're playing at a local club, and maybe that's a lot of the people who watch these Interbridge videos is, you know, like newer players who are just like trying to learn, then they would be like, yeah, of course, like nodding along happily. Like, yeah, you know, you took a finesse. If the king is offside, the finesse always loses, right? But just looking at the heart suit itself, like everyone knows that you're trying to set up hearts when you play heart to the queen. So they would 100% be ducking that king of hearts and, you know, wait for you to take another finesse. Then they win the king later after you squandered more entries to your hand, compromising suits. Like here, what he's going to do, he's going to knock out the high spade. I don't know what West is going to do, but let's say it goes spade around to the king and a spade comes back. He's going to win the jack pitch in clubs. He's going to cross in clubs, and then he's going to run diamonds and he's going to try the heart finesse. At that point, if East actually has the king of hearts, the opponents might take all the rest of the tricks, which is a very dangerous thing to do. So, I mean, this was the thing that I wanted to avoid. We'll see how it works out for him, but this is kind of the scenario why I went up with the ace of diamonds and took a diamond finesse. Like, I think that is pretty close to 100%. But
If that's the case, I kind of have all the rest but one. Because I can take 3 discards on the diamonds. Since I have all the rest but one, I might as well just do this as well and set up a spade trick.
Yeah, so spade comes back. Now he's pitched a bunch of clubs.
Heart, more power to them. They're going to get me. Unfortunately, it looks like we're called for 4 or 5 hearts. In which case, we should have been there, I guess. West might actually have all the hearts at this point because he's discarding everything else. So it looks like the way I played it, they're getting a heart. Not sure what I guess I had to lead the jack of hearts and just go all out in order to make an extra. But he has the 9 and the 8. I'm never going to stick in the 6, right? So there's probably just nothing I can do against West here. They're always going to hold me to that. I'm glad to see that the hearts were 4-1 because it might give us a chance at some match points. If anyone misses 4 hearts in hearts, they might make only 4, and I made 4 now. So we'll see. Not a great start. Sometimes what I do with a distribution like that one is lie and give partner a 4-card limit raise because they'll be disappointed. I have only 3 hearts, but because of the distribution, they might not be that disappointed, and at least we're not accidentally playing in 1-no trump.
Yeah, this is an interesting sort of lie that he brings up. Just pretend like we have the 4-card limit raise because we have a stiff spade, and if we get to 4 hearts, so be it. I don't know if in the system that we're playing 2-no trump is game forcing or if it's only a 4-card limit raise. So that might not be an option, but it's an interesting idea. I think I'm still a fan of just bidding a no trump with those types of hands, but as Dan says, it could easily work out to do it otherwise. He's a big team player as well, so he plays a lot of imps. I don't know if he plays much board a match or match points. But yeah, that's an alternative option, I guess. I mean, the real problem is partner has a no trump opener and open to heart on the board.
Diamond, 2 hearts, double. This is a negative double. Partner's got 4 spades. This is why I tend to open a diamond
Only if
with
you
this
believe your
distribution all
system.
the time when I'm 4-4 in the minors. Is sometimes the auction comes back to you unexpectedly poorly. At least I'm well placed to bid 3 clubs here, and yes, I'm only 4-4, but partner knows I have these 2 suits. This is an interesting agreement. 4 spades is key card Blackwood and diamonds. Okay, I don't know what convention they're playing where they know this is key card and diamonds, but I guess I'll answer. 1, 2 without is 5 diamonds. That's what I have, which is apparently enough. I don't recommend this kind of ultra fancy kickback agreements. I think you can play fancy Blackwoods, but it's usually helpful for it to be very obvious or for you to have set a suit already. I'm not sure this one qualifies because, as you can see, if we weren't at the table with a tooltip, I would just be scratching my head like, what the heck are you doing, partner? You showed me like some spades and now you're jumping in spades. I would assume they have like a weak hand with 7 spades or something. I wouldn't assume they're key carding me in diamonds. We cannot duck this heart trick because if we do, West is going to give their partner a rough and we're off the ace of clubs. However, this is not as hopeless a contract as it looks, because if the trumps break, I can at least cash my clubs to pitch my hearts, and then I'll just need some luck in the spade suit. Yes, I might need a lot of luck to make this hand. There's a few viable lines of play. One possibility is to just draw trumps and lead the king of clubs. Hope East has the ace, and then East won't be able to get to their partner's hearts, right? Because West showed 6 hearts in the bidding, and I have 6 hearts, so that's a singleton heart. Another possibility.
But no, you still need to find a discard on your spades. Like, pulling trumps and leading the king of clubs is effectively playing West for the queen third of spades or queen of spades, right? Because then you're going to get stuck in your hand. You can't do any sort of like spade shenanigans leading towards the ace 8 in hand. And yeah, so Dan is a much more careful player in person. I'll put it that way. I've been thoroughly unimpressed with his analysis on some of these into bridge videos. I mean, granted, he plays very quickly, and he's definitely a much slower player in person as well. But yeah, this is another problem that I don't think he fully thought through the entire implications of the line of play he just described. I mean, maybe he did, but he's not doing a great job articulating that. Just to clarify, like, he's saying 3 rounds of diamonds and then lead a club to the king. East wins and returns a club. Great. So now let's say we decide we want to play East for the queen of spades and take like a backwards finesse or something. Well, how do we do that? We can play 2 more clubs, pitching both of our hearts. But now if we rough a heart, that's dummy's last trump. We lead the jack of spades. East just ducks at that point. The spade suit is blocked. We can no longer access the spade king, and we just have to lose a heart eventually. So you need to make your decision in the spade suit after pulling 3 rounds of trumps if that's what you want to do.
Try to rough spades right now. I don't like that because I'm gonna be afraid to rough these low. I'm gonna have to rough them high, and that might promote trumps for the opponents. So I am simply gonna draw trumps. Even if it takes me 4 rounds to draw trumps, I will draw them all, I think. Or I guess we can decide if that happens. Hoping it doesn't take 4 rounds. Okay, it doesn't take 4 rounds. That's really good. We're going to draw them in 3 rounds and lead a club. And
yeah, so now he's just down on this layout. I mean, he cannot make the contract on the actual lie of the cards, which is East having the queen and 10 of spades. I think if I had actually seen this earlier, I probably would have ended up going for this line of play, playing East for both the queen and 10 of spades. Because, I mean, percentage-wise, West could have a doubleton spade. If spades are 4-3 and we know the queen is offside, then it's 50-50 who has the 10. But if East could have 5 spades, queen 10 fifth, is a lot more likely than 10 doubleton with West. Is that true? Yeah, it's like a 3-2 favorite. A priori. And the 10 of spades is not really a card that's important enough for West to consider for like preempting purposes, I don't think. but the queen of spades probably is. So, so yeah, I'm not sure if he's realized that he's done something weird yet. It doesn't look like it,
Hope for the
but we'll
best.
just keep going.
Okay, West didn't hop up with the ace, so it sure feels like East has the ace. All right, moment of truth, really. So here's the deal. We can pitch the 7 and the Jack of Hearts away, no problem. Then we're going to have to decide what to do in the spade suit. So why don't I go ahead and pitch the hearts away, since that has to happen for us to make it. And West's distribution is now completely counted out. He had started with 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, 3 spades, and 6 hearts. The reason it's important to know that is it's going to influence how we play the spades. Okay? You can see there's a couple possible lines of play in the spade suit. If West has the queen, we can finesse for it and make the contract, or we can actually play ace of spades, king of spades, spade ruff, and make the contract also, because West has 3 spades only, right? So the queen will ruff out. West's final cards are 3 spades and 2 hearts. Alternatively, we can play the ace of spades, the king of spades, and try leading the jack. And that will work wonders if West has 3 to the 10, right? So we're kind of having to guess, what do we play for? Do we play for West having 3 to the queen or 3 to the 10? If we were in the dummy, we would even have another possible line available, which is to play East for both the queen and the 10 by leading the 2. And if East doesn't split, just sticking in the 8. And if East does split with the 10, win the ace, cash the king, and take a roughing finesse with the jack 9. Okay? That line is not available to us because the timing of this play has been so precise that we had to end in our hand at this point if we wanted to draw trumps first.
Wait, let's finish this comment.
So we're gonna have to.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if this is a blind spot or if it was just something else was going on. But he obviously didn't realize that after drawing trumps, he doesn't need to play on clubs. You can play on spades first, which is what we ended up doing. And maybe, I think I probably did the wrong thing. I think playing low spade to the 8 was probably correct rather than leading the jack. So that's on me. But an opportunity missed by yours truly to pick up a board here.
Play
Anyway.
West for either the queen of spades or the 10. Now, I don't know enough about West's tendencies. In my personal feeling, they would probably be 2 hearts with either hand, right? King, queen, 10, 9, 6 of hearts with or without the queen of spades isn't going to make much difference. So we're just going to try to go with our spidey sense here. So we can always start with the ace and the king and decide now. It's a fallacy to think, well, East has 4 spades and West has 3, so East has the queen or East has the 10. It's the same odds, on the queen or the 10 with East. Yes, East is more likely to have either card, but we have to play for West to have exactly one of them at this point. I fail to see any particular reason to go one way or another. East wouldn't bid with either hand. West wouldn't bid differently with either hand.
I'm not certain about that last point. I think that queen, 3rd of spades, West would be more likely to overcall heart. Like, it might still be the case that 2 hearts is the best bid with that type of hand, but I think I would be drawn to a 3 heart preempt with king, queen, 10, 9, 6th of hearts and out. And with the spade queen, I might be drawn more towards a 1 heart overcall because now I have like a little bit of defense against the opponent's possible spade contract. But I mean, he's probably right in a bridge sense, but I think these things have some sort of gradation of absoluteness, if that's a word, that let's say you're playing 15 to 17 no trumps and you have a 4-3, 4-2, 16 count. 100% of players are going to open a no trump with that hand. Let's say you have like a decent 17 with the same shape, 4-3, 4-2. Well, now some players might look at their 17 and say, I'm going to open a diamond and treat this as an upgrade into 18 to 19. I personally think that's the wrong thing to do, as do most experts without a 5-card suit, but there are still players that would do it. So saying 100% of players are going to do it is probably incorrect, which means like if you have to weight the odds for this sort of thing, it's now like 95% or 90% that's the way the auction would have gone if they had that hand. So that's why I'm kind of saying that the Queen of Spades makes it more likely that left-hand opponent would not make a preempt. It might still be the right bid, but there are some players who wouldn't. And if you don't know your opponents well enough, as Dan kind of pointed out earlier, that is important when you're playing at the bridge table. How good are your opponents at specific things? How much do they understand preempting or bidding in auctions? How good are they at card play and that sort of stuff, opening leads? You do need to kind of take all of these possibilities into account. And I think a lot of top bridge players have this black and white viewpoint on the right thing to do. And so they say stuff like, oh, there's no way that someone would do that, therefore, because like it's technically the wrong thing to do, even though like some people make mistakes or some people view problems differently and stuff like that. Like we could see that all the time with the expert panel on the Real Bridge bidding contest, that even among top players in the world, a bunch of them have different opinions about the right thing to do. And some of them feel very strong. Actually, most of them feel very strongly that their opinion is right, when in reality, like there's conflicting opinions coming from all directions on these sorts of situations. So I would argue against the point that this is just a 50-50. I think there's almost always going to be some sort of bridge decision that pulls you in one direction or another in these spots if you're looking to approach it from a pure mathematical standpoint. And so for me, and I think Dan would agree with this, that in situations where you're preempting, holding outside defensive cards makes it more likely that you want to make a simple overcall as opposed to making a preempt. I think that is an uncontroversial statement to make. Now, he's probably right on this hand that West should be bidding 2 hearts with both of these hand types, but I think, again, like this is the sort of thing that allows you to weigh the possibilities in one favor or another. Anyway.
This is a pure guess at this point. So I know some of you will make this hand and some of you will not. Just like I may make this hand and I may not.
Not anymore.
Oh,
I wish I could tell him. This is like when we're
kibitzing. The 6. That's a bad sign. He probably just has Queen 10, 7, 6. Yeah. Down 1 we go. So to make it, I would have had to draw exactly 2 rounds of trump.
Nope.
Or I've had to lead a spade to the 8 very early in the play before trumps were drawn. And
oh, I see what he means.
There's no particular reason. I don't even think that's any better percentage than playing West for one of the...
okay, I take it all back. Yes. I mean, you don't have to draw exactly 2 rounds of trump, but sure, you could do that. No, you don't. What is he talking about? No, Dan. Okay, Dan's crazy. Yeah, you can still draw 3 rounds of trumps and lead a spade to the 8. He's just lost his mind on this hand in terms of this possibility. I'm going to back off. I don't want to be too mean to Dan. Like, he's doing a great job and he's doing a great service to the community. But yes, I mean, it would be helpful if his analysis was correct in these spots. You can pull 3 rounds of trumps and lead a low spade. If East doesn't split their honors, we win the 8 of spades, we unblock the ace, then we knock out the club ace, East is down to just black cards. They'll play back a club. We win, pitch 2 hearts, ruff a heart, and now the king of spades we have access to by roughing the heart to get over there. And if East doesn't, and if East does split from the 10 of spades, then we win the ace. Now we knock out the club king, and we have communication in the spade suit itself. So we can play spade to the king, roughing finesse on the way back, after knocking out the club ace, and then run the clubs to pitch hearts and use a heart ruff once again to access the stranded spade winner. So, yeah, I was pretty sure about that. He caused me to second guess myself. I shouldn't allow Dan to gaslight me like this, especially when he's not in the same room as me.
The spades necessarily, right? Like it requires both with East, and we're down a bunch when it loses. But that would be how we would make it. Play a spade to the...
So he's saying that you're down a bunch because he's saying you have to pull exactly 2 rounds of trumps, which, again, I just pointed out was not true. And if we pull 3 rounds of trumps, we know the other heart honor is on side. So even if we play a spade to the 8 and it loses, I mean, I guess we're down 2, right? They'll cash a heart, and then they'll also cash the ace of clubs. So yeah, I mean, I guess it is a gamble. I mean, all these things are gambles, but you're in a contract that you might expect the field not to be in because partner has a strong no trump opposite your weak no trump. You usually don't get to slam on those types of hands, and you really want to try and make it. So what's your best chance to make it? I don't know. Again, I have no idea. But interesting hand. I think I probably should have gotten it right. Maybe he should get it right too.
8.
But...
Intending to play the 2 of spades, sticking in the 8. But, I mean, you know, it's easy to see looking at the hands, but it's not obvious to do so.
Agreed.
All right, back to reality. This could be a light Drury, or it could be a 2-heart bid. I'm not like super duper light on Drury. If I'm light, I have some distribution. Here I have no distribution. So I think I'll just bid 2 hearts and leave it to partner. However, once partner's made a game try, I think I have to bid game. So even though I don't really have help in their suit, I have such a good hand that it's too good not to.
This is an interesting puzzle over 3 diamonds. I would like to have him talk a little bit more about the decision to bid 4 hearts, because we could bid 3 spades at this point, right? Remember, he didn't bid Drury in this auction, kind of as I predicted. And for that reason, we do kind of have a maximum 2-heart bid. I know we're not fitting diamonds, but we can make the same inference about this 3-club bid as I did in my sequence, which is that partner's very likely to have a singleton club. I know we don't have a fitting diamond honor, and I think maybe for the same reason that I didn't want to pursue some sort of slam try, because I didn't have diamond shortness where I could rough partner's diamonds. He might also not have wanted to queue 3 spades, but I think it's a lot closer of a decision for him because he does have a maximum in terms of values. Like ace, queen of spades are going to be huge. Nothing wasted in clubs is good. King, 3rd of hearts is a great card. So partner's making a slam try opposite his 2-heart bid. Well, I guess partner's made a game try opposite his 2-heart bid, but we can protect against partner having a slam try by bidding 3 spades if he wanted to. But he didn't discuss that. So
go to game. Okay, so the club bidder was West, whose clubs aren't so strong. King Jack 9 or King Jack 10-9, and they're bidding vulnerable. So they probably have some other stuff. So they probably either have distribution or they have high cards here.
What high cards?
I think what I need to do is try to set up these diamonds. So I'm going to cash the ace. I'm going to go to the dummy, and I'm going to lead a diamond toward the king. So if West roughs, they're not roughing my winner. Okay, they just played the jack. Okay, so the diamonds are basically set up now. I guess I could have double finessed the diamond, but East played high-low, so it looks like they have 4 diamonds. It's now just purely a question of how to play the trumps. The normal play is heart to the king.
Right. But Eric, if West had followed low, he was going to play the king. Like, I don't... Oh my God. Oh, I can't believe I lost to this idiot. Like, what was this line of play? Ace, king of diamonds. What a clown. Like, what was his plan if the king of diamonds held? Was he just going to play third diamond and hope they split? Or, like, if he's played a fourth diamond, he was just going to ruff with the 8 and be like, okay, yeah, do your worst. Dude. This is a unbelievably confusing line of play. I almost don't want to hear the rest of his explanation because he's already lost me. But no, we'll continue. We'll let the man speak. He can defend himself. I'm going to let him play out his thoughts, but like there is no defending this start to the line of play.
And a heart to the north hand, which is certainly possible. My only concern with that is that West bid vulnerable with no hand here, like almost no points. So he might be bidding on shape. And I'm just going to back my judgment that I think East is more likely to have the heart length here. You can see West played the queen. I assume that's a real card, and now we can finesse East's 10 of hearts. The safest way back to hand is with a spade to draw the last trump, because West doesn't have 6 spades for this bidding. Whoops, East is thinking about which small spade to play. There we go. Draw the last trump and just give them the queen of diamonds. Okay, I could have double finessed the diamond for possibly the same result or possibly a better result.
Well, yeah, Eric, I mean, like, percentage play a priori and the diamond suit, if we're just looking at the diamond suit in isolation, is definitely to go ace, king of diamonds and a diamond, right? But you heard what Dan said. He was protecting against West having a singleton diamond. He thinks West is distributional, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense to me, right? And I guess West could have a singleton diamond, but then West has heart length, right? And I kind of went through the analysis here. Like, why is West doing this if they have heart length? I don't think that's possible. So he eventually came to the conclusion that West was likely to be short in hearts, but he did it towards the end of play. He didn't do this as like a thought at the start of the hand. I'm so curious because this is I think the second time I've seen him we've played against him as the daily celeb on Into Bridge. And there was a hand in the previous set where it didn't seem like he was thinking ahead or planning ahead in the play. I'm fully convinced that he actually plans ahead in the play when he's playing live at the table. And like I say, it's really difficult to like live stream. I know that he's doing this recording off stream, but like it's really hard to do something while you're trying to talk through your thought process. You're going to play a lot worse. So it's very possible that this is just like a little bit of difficulty with the setup. Like he's not used to describing his thought process or talking out loud while he's playing. But this was a very surprising line of play, is one way to put it. The previous board was a very surprising line of play. Okay, anyway, we'll keep going, but
we do have the rest. I don't know why West played the jack under the 10. That was a strange thing to do. He could have just played his low ones.
Scoreboard, point to the scoreboard and be like, see, I win.
Interesting. 2 clubs by my partner. Double. I don't know what my bids mean. I'm just going to bid 2 diamonds and see what it means. It means artificial relay with 3 or more points. That's fair. That's what I have. Bit in clubs with a game try. Okay, this is interesting. My partner opened 2 clubs. My opponents are trying to say it's their hand. So I have 4 card support. I'm going to raise my partner.
What happened on this auction?
Okay, we're in a perfectly lovely contract. It looks like we may have to guess spades. We may not, depending on how the play goes. We're certainly going to trump this and start drawing trumps. There's nothing urgent that needs to be done before we draw trumps.
He's just going to do the same thing I did.
Trumps are 2-2, which is lovely.
Like, especially if he's not spending a ton of time like thinking about the opponent's...
Again, East is playing high-low. I mean, if I believe him, I can stick in the 10. Do I believe him? Sure, why not? Is he really wanting to? He's not.
Okay,
The reason I did
fine.
this is so I could conveniently end in the south hand with no suits left except for spades in order to stick in the 10. And now east is end played to lead a spade back for me and finesse, regardless of where the king is. Turns out I didn't need to do that because the spade honors were happily split for me. But it would have been really cool if like east had all the spades. It's a good reason why you shouldn't always give true count. So my rule for people is if it looks like declare is having a guess in this suit or might have a guess, you don't have to give count in the suit. If it looks like it might help declare to know how your cards are distributed, you don't have to give count. You can false card, or you can play your cards up the line, or you can try to do something random. It's up to you. But you don't just want to tell declare here, like in this case, that they can finesse the 10 of diamonds successfully, right? That's essentially what East did, is told me they could finesse the diamond. Having said that, it's a really tricky concept because the idea of giving count to your partner is super important because it's how you can train your mind to think correctly about bridge. If you're getting the count on the hand, that's what allows you to visualize what's happening in a suit. And it's also eventually what will allow you to visualize what's happening in the whole hand. And that is the key to playing expert level bridge, is sort of being able to follow what's happening and piece the puzzle together. And count is literally the most important piece of the puzzle. So I don't want to tell you don't give count. You definitely should give your partner count so they can practice putting the puzzle together. And you should definitely want your partner to give you the count so that you can practice putting the puzzle together. The only exception is in suits where declarer has to guess them. You don't want to expose your side.
I love that. That was perfect. Perfect. 5 out of 5 stars. Would listen to him lecture about giving count for hours. That would be a good podcast. Dan, if you're watching this, take notes. But yeah, no, I mean, he's absolutely right that there are situations where false carding count or just not necessarily giving your partner true count is the right thing to do because it helps declare more than it helps your side. That hand aside, the exact specific situation there where like he gets the spade end play off, whereas I eventually decided it was far too likely that one of the spade honors was onside and decided to take 2 finesses against West. Sometimes, declare does benefit and your partner doesn't really care about the count. But I do wholeheartedly agree with his overall philosophy, which is that usually you should be giving true count to your partner because not only is it important to your partner to help on the defense, but it also is one of the like fun things about bridge is like trying to work out these puzzles, which I think is maybe a bit of a meta problem. But for most bridge players, especially ones who aren't like playing professionally, it's part of the fun is like getting cool puzzles to solve. Like you pay your money to enter into an event and then you're dealt 26 puzzles to solve over the course of a day, or 30 or 28 or whatever, however many boards you're playing. Over a session, like 60 boards a day or something like that in that vicinity. And if your partner is not giving you count and not giving you information on defense, like you guys see how like frustrated I get on defense when like I can't trust any signals from my partner. It's not fun to defend with a partner who's not giving you any help whatsoever by giving attitude or count signals or even like returning the right suit, like not paying attention to your signals. It's horrible. It's a terrible experience. So if you want to be a good partner, you should give count or give signals to your partner on defense and try and do your best to make it a puzzle that your partner can solve as opposed to one where your partner has to guess on every hand. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you had to give some sort of percentage for when you give count and when you false card, I would probably say it's close to like 85-15 is how often you want to give true count versus how often you want false card count. But anyway, it is an interesting discussion, I think. And Dan summed it up excellently.
Okay, I'm not sure what two clubs means, but we're going to try it. Hopefully it's just clubs. All right.
Fascinating.
It's just clubs. This is what I like to play. When partner opens a major, I don't like to play any conventions. When partner
now they Texas transfer? There's no way. It's actually really interesting to me that he bid two clubs here. It's a bid that did not occur to me when I was playing the hand. Maybe it's not as dangerous as I originally thought. Like, if we bid two diamonds, it's a little bit dangerous. Like, flip our minor suits, and now we're in a bit of danger. But two clubs, partner can rebid two diamonds if they don't have clubs, right? That's not so bad. Partner's often going to pass if they have, like, a singleton club and four diamonds, but they could rebid two diamonds with that type of hand, and so we find a fit that way. And it's really hard for them to double us in two clubs, because West double of two clubs is probably Stamen. If two clubs is natural. Now, most people play two clubs as both majors in some of these sequences. I mean, Dan says he likes to play this. I wonder the difference between a spade opener versus like a minor suit opener, right? Like, I think every strong expert partnership plays a minor, a no trump overcall, two clubs as both majors. But if partner opens a spade, is it really important for two clubs to be like honor doubleton of spades and a heart suit? I don't know. Probably not. So then maybe two clubs natural is a little bit more effective. It's curious though, because let's say partner does actually have extras, right? If we find a club fit, do we really want partner competing to three clubs? We're vulnerable. And the opponents are frequently at this form of scoring going to be doubling us because we're vulnerable. We have some distribution, and in fact, the singleton spade is often not that bad when the no trump overcalls on our right, because sometimes East is sitting on like king, queen, 10, fourth of spades over there, and partner's got like ace, jack, fifth, and we have no spade losers, which isn't terrible. It's an interesting idea. I think he's probably right about the two club bid, but it feels very close and relatively volatile. Or is volatile the right word? Relatively high variance is what I would say. Because if this is a part score hand, I think it's very likely that we end up in three clubs doubled. I don't know, very likely might be an overstatement, but I think it's probably like 25-30% of the time, if this is a part score deal, we end up in three clubs doubled. And do we want to be there? I don't know. It'll be close. We have a lot of information to work with on this auction. One no trump overcall, West is going to show their suit, and then partner's going to raise clubs, and it's going to go pass, pass, double, all pass. Who knows? Anyway, cute idea. I didn't consider it.
Opens a minor. A lot of people play some sort of convention over their no trump. You can either play like two clubs for the majors or the other minor for the majors, or you can play your whole no trump defense. You know, when partner opens a minor, they often just have a balanced hand or whatever. They haven't really said that much. So you can play as though they open the no trump on your right and play your system there. That's fine. You can play nothing at all. You can play a bid for the majors, up to you. But when partner opens a major, it's not as critical to have like conventional methods. Okay,
Partner
partner's
covered
jack,
the nine of spades
king,
with the king here.
Spades. Partner covered the jack with the king. That's interesting. And now declares leading the nine of hearts, which is also interesting. I have no idea where partner's ace is, and I have no idea what's going on in spades. I have no idea if we need a spade ruff or not. But I'm very tempted to go up with the ace of hearts here to try to put partner in to give me a ruff. My only problem is I'm not sure what suit that would be in, if it's in clubs or in diamonds.
Yeah, it was much easier for me, and that's not really Dan's fault here. It's just it was kind of random. The auction that I came up with, where I didn't bid over a no trump, and then I led the nine of spades, partner didn't cover the spade, and then Declare chose to cross to the ace of diamonds in hand to lead a heart up. So I knew to go up with the ace of hearts and play a club through. But as he says here, partner might have the diamond ace, and it could be very important for us to win the ace of hearts, cross, and diamonds to get our spade rough. He's probably going to come to the conclusion that there's a decent chance that if that's what's going on, then Declare gets rid of a club loser. Maybe. I guess that's not really possible. I don't know what conclusion he's going to come to, but I suspect he will go up with the ace of hearts, and then he'll have to figure out what to do.
It's also possible partner won't have enough heart stuff to signal me correctly. It's also possible partner has no entry anywhere. I'm going to try. Well, that is the lowest heart. So if partner had a choice, they're suggesting clubs, not diamonds, in my opinion. They know that I will often have a singleton spade here. And if that's the case, I'm going to need to know how to get to them. So I'm just going to try a club.
Yeah, so there's no way that Leah is giving suit preference, but he's absolutely right about this principle. So he was hoping that his partner is on the same page about what's going on. And this is something that I think experts understand really well, especially when you're defending with another expert. If your partner might be looking for a ruff, you have to give a suit preference signal as soon as possible. So oftentimes that's going to be because Declare tries to pull trump, so you give suit preference in the trump suit, even if you have some sort of other meaning for what your trump suit preference is. If Declare doesn't play trumps instead, and they play a side suit to try and like return to their hand or get to dummy to like take a trump finesse, then your partner should be giving suit preference, not count on this trick, to make it very clear how to put them in for an entry to give you the ruff. So that's kind of what he was talking about there. When he led the nine of spades, North should be aware that this is a situation where South is looking for a ruff. So even if South has a doubleton spade, and this is sometimes like these like levels that you have to get through to come up with the right reasoning about the defense. Let's say South does have a doubleton spade, because South would lead a doubleton in the partner's major on an auction like this. That would be a pretty reasonable thing to do. South would need to realize that partner is still thinking that they're trying to get a ruff and is giving them suit preference, not count in whatever suit is getting played. So even if South was looking at the doubleton spades, South should understand that partner's signal priority has switched in this case from count to suit preference, or attitude to suit preference, or whatever it is that your signal was supposed to be, because partner thinks you might have led a singleton.
Ooh, that's really good. So here I'm playing the 9 to try to signal them for spades. They really should have. Yeah, okay. All right, good. So that worked out well. The only possible losers now is in diamonds and hearts, right? So one thing we can do is play a club to rough away the king, but that's not going to help us here. There's no useful discards Declare can make. So I'm just going to play a diamond. I mean, it seems pretty hopeless. Okay, so we had to do everything we just did to set the hand. Go up with the ace of hearts, and then switch to a club. So I would hope if partner's diamond was the ace and they didn't have anything in clubs, they would have given me the 7 of hearts instead of the 6. Just to give me like that little nudge. Doesn't mean we'll get it right, but it gives us that chance to get it right. When partner plays the lowest one and you don't know what to do in a suit preference kind of situation, you often just shrug and try the lower suit, because if partner is suit preferencing you, that's what they're asking for, right? How does partner know this is suit preference? Well, I led what looks like a singleton spade. So
there it is.
Or a doubleton. If it's a doubleton, like whatever, it doesn't really matter what happens here, but if it's a singleton, because I'm probably playing my other spade, but if it's a singleton, I'm going to need to know how to get to them. So a lot of times these spots are played as suit preference, right? Like when I lead the 9 here, everyone at the table knows I have 1 or 2 spades only, because it's the 9. That's what the lead shows, right? Declarer knows probably exactly how many I have a lot of the time. Partner is not entirely sure, but if I have another spade, I'll usually be playing it. And if I'm not, it's because I'll feel like I have something important to do. And in either case, partner can give us suit preference and hearts to help us with that.